Welcome back. I'm joined now by our president of our university, Dr. Pat Long. Dr. Long, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Chris.
Appreciate it. Now we're going to get you away from the economy, away from the budget, all the not fun stuff. We're going to talk about we're going to talk about some enjoyable things for you. I know your decision to take over as the athletic director for next year. Tell me a little bit about what went into that decision-making process.
Well, you know, we've had Dan Harris here for several years, and he's been fabulous. And so how would you like to have to replace him? So think about bringing someone in that's going to have to replace Dan. And well, that was one of the issues. But two, I needed to find out a little bit more about our athletic teams. I love sports. I love our athletics. I intend for our athletics to be very good. And so I thought before we brought in someone else who's going to have to fill that role, that it would be good for me to really find out what's happening on the inside.
Sure. Okay. You mentioned Dan's legacy. Just speak a little bit about Dan Harris and what he meant to this institution. 26 years at one university is a very long time.
It is a very long time. And, you know, not just for us, but for, I think, nationally. Dan is so well known. So anytime I go to an NAIA meeting, you know, it's all about Dan Harris this and Dan Harris that. For us here, he's been the constant person, you know, through football, through all of the things he's done. And I think just the record of our sports right now, where we are, I think that's going to be his legacy. I know bringing in wrestling was one thing he wanted to do before he left. And, of course, we now have a wrestling team. And so I think we'll see him around a lot. But he's a terrific guy, just a great ambassador for the university. I think when he has his going away party, we're going to see a lot of alums come back. And so he's going to be missed. Hard to fill.
Certainly. Now, how much will you be working with him for the rest of this semester to kind of prepare you to take over the athletic director role?
I'll be working with him some. I'll be working with the associate AD, Teresa, as well, and some of the coaches. And then I'm hopeful that Dan will be able to give us some time after July 1, that he'll still be able to help us through some of the issues that we'll have. You know, I can't even imagine all of the things, but I know we have a great associate AD. And so I look forward to working with her. Yeah,
definitely. Teresa's been great. I know that she was pretty instrumental in bringing the men's basketball tournament here to Kansas City this year. So that was fantastic. You spoke a little bit about the issues, and I just want to speak a little bit about the challenges. Obviously, you're a very busy lady with everything, all your presidential roles. How are you going to deal with the kind of day-to-day operations of the athletic director? Do you foresee any conflicts there? What kind of involvement will you have for like game operations and that sort of thing?
You know, that's a really good question, and I don't know that we've worked all that out yet. I'm going to trust Teresa and her judgment. I'm going to be working with a couple of the coaches to help me with game management, with personnel management, to really act as associate ADs as well. So I think we'll be using some of the coaching talent and Teresa to help us. I don't foresee myself doing game management because I can't be at all the games. And so many of the issues, we'll just have to have the coaches help us with that.
Yeah, I know that you were able to make it to a lot of games last year, and I remember you came to the soccer team before they went to nationals in Fresno.
That was a long day.
Gave them your best wishes. Just talk to me a little bit about what athletics mean to this institution.
Well, you know, close to half of our students are athletes.
Sure.
And so it's big. And I'm a firm believer that we have, right here, we have great student athletes. And anytime we can bring in better students through our athletic programs, that just helps the whole university. So when we have winning teams, people hear about us, we get more press coverage, more students hear about Baker, they want to come to Baker, our enrollment goes up, and of course, being a former athlete, I believe in athletics as being helping students really mature and learn leadership and team skills.
Now, being a former collegiate athlete yourself, is it safe to say that winning is very close to the top of your priorities with the athletic programs next year?
It is. I want us to win. When people say, "Well, we want to have good people," and I want all of that, and I want us to win, because I think if we win, it just helps the university as a whole.
Well, it certainly sounds like the athletic department is in good hands. Dr. Long, thank you so much for coming on.
Welcome back. Up next, I have a story about the trayless cafeteria.
You may not see many trays laying on tables in the cafeteria over the month of April. This is because the cafeteria has chosen to go trayless. Going without trays for 1 month was a joint decision between the student-led group Earth We Are, Food Services, and the Dean of Students, Cassie Bailey. Desserts and fruit have been moved to make it easier to carry meals without a tray. Some students have yet to adjust to this new layout.
My big concern with it is that they don't put bowls now next to where the fruit is, and so you have to go get a bowl, which is a larger bowl because it's a salad bowl, and it's too big. So then you take more fruit than what you really need, and so you're wasting even more. So I think you would save more money on the trays with the small bowls instead of the big bowls.
Going trayless has been an adjustment for both cafeteria staff and students. Some students have seen the benefits within going trayless.
I think it's a really good idea, and I think going trayless saves so much water and energy and food that it's a really easy step that the university can take to try and help save energy and money.
Many other universities across the country are setting a green trend and going trayless in their cafeterias also. By the end of April, the cafeterias should have an accurate measuring of utilities used compared to previous months. There is still uncertainty over whether the cafeteria will remain trayless after April. This is Reina Murphy reporting for KNBU-TV.
Thanks, Reina. Up next for this week's Question of the Week, Kelsey Epperson caught up with Baker students to find out how they feel about the trayless cafeteria.
I think it's a good money saver and a good environment saver too for water and all of that. It just makes life easier.
I know it's good for the sense of waste, but honestly, I think we're all just more concerned about when the bagels are coming back.
I don't really like it because I can't get enough food and I feel like I'm going to drop everything on my way to put it away. And I already have dropped things and I don't like it.
You know, I really hate it because I have to keep going back up and back and forth because I don't have a tray. And I only have 2 hands, so there's only so much a guy can do. So overall, I really hate it, and I want the trays back.
To the trayless cafeteria, I have really no opinion whatsoever. It doesn't bother me either way. I don't really care. I'm just a chill guy.
I think it's just an inconvenience for all the students, and I think there could be a better way to help save water.
I don't like trayless cafeteria because I get a lot of food, and I hold it all in my tray.
All right, well, my name's Charlie, and I do not like trayless cafeteria because I'm a big guy, I need a lot of food, so I have to take a lot of plates and bowls back with my hands. A lot of work. Don't like it.
I think it's really exciting that we've gone trayless. I think we should do it all the time because we're saving so much money and resources. It's just awesome.
I am very upset with the trayless cafeteria because now I have no room for all my plates and all my cups. I have to go individually back and forth to get all the stuff, and it's terrible. I think we should have them back immediately.
Thank you, Kelsey. Personally, I don't eat in the cafeteria since I live off campus, but does it affect you?
It doesn't really affect me that much because I still use a tray whenever I'm in the cafeteria.
Oh, all right. Well, stay tuned for a quick commercial break.